What's up everybody, this is JB from Arcade With Me, and today I've got a really quick and simple video on how to put a test switch in your arcade. And what this is going to allow you to do is get in your menu and adjust the different settings for your game. I picked up a 9-in-1 PCB. It's going to go in this cabinet right here, which used to be a Cosmic Cruiser. It does not have the test switch wired up. If you have any of those multicade PCBs, you need the test switch to be able to get in there and adjust the different settings for the games and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead now and get in the back of the cabinet and wire this up. Okay, so we only need one wire for this, and I literally cut this off of a vacuum cleaner. I had an old vacuum cleaner that died. I cut the wire off and I saved it and I stripped it down, and this is one of the wires out of it. And if we take a look at our book, we'll see that the 15th pin from the right on the solder side here is our test switch. So we go right here, I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 is right here. This will be our test switch. And so we're going to take this wire and twist it up nice and good. Insert it in this little slot here. And then I think I'm just going to bend it upwards, I guess. And I am definitely not the best solderer by any means, so I'm sure some of you will be laughing at me as I'm doing this, but it will work, and for me that's all that really matters. Okay, I'll throw this wire back out of my way here, and all we're going to do is solder this right here and try not to get any solder on that one right there. And actually for that, I think I might put a little piece of tape just so I don't mess it up on this one. Alright, good enough. This is just going to protect it so that way we don't accidentally solder right there. Like I said, I'm not the best person at soldering. And our soldering iron's nice and hot. We're also going to try not to melt that. So, put some soldering iron here. And just like that. Maybe one more glop. And there we go, that's probably pretty good. Let's go ahead and take this tape off here. And maybe if I can solder from the back. I can't really get to the back. I'm gonna try to drop some solder on the back piece of it if I can. But I don't really know if I can. There we go. There's some on the back. That is soldered in good enough for me. That's going to work. Alright, so now all we have to do is connect that wire to the second button on our player 1. And you can also connect it to the second button on your player 2 if you've got a 2-player setup. But this is going to be going down to a 1-player setup when I'm finished. So remove your control panel and grab the wire that we've soldered. And make sure you run it nice and neat through your cab. Then all you have to do is follow the second button on player 1 around to the back side here, which is right here. All we have to do is connect this wire right here to the positive lead on our second button on our player 1. And if you're going to make this permanent, you're going to want to go ahead and solder this in. But for me, since like I said, I'm going to go down to 1 players on this, I'm just going to do a semi-permanent setup here and just wrap this nice and tight around that positive lead on the second button on player 1. And there we go, just like that. Now we can go ahead and put this back over. And when we hold this button down, when we turn our game on, we'll get into our test menu. So let's go ahead and do that. All right guys, let's go ahead and see if it works. And all you have to do is hold down the second button on player 1 and then turn your power switch on, and then it should come on. Here we are in test mode. If you go ahead and hit the test button again, you go through your next screen, which is your high score screen, your next button again, and then now you can go ahead and change all the different settings and dip switches on your multicade boards. And then another little trick here for these multicade boards I'm going to show you real quick is after you get all your settings and everything, when you're on the final menu here, which will be your volume adjust screen, adjust everything and then make sure you push your player 1 start button and it'll say set up OK, and that will save everything before you exit this menu. Alright guys, and that's how you wire up your test switch. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and I'll be sure to answer them the best that I can. If this video helps you out, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.